For your task, you're going to focus on the deep consolidation part of our success criteria, which is to create a transcript for your podcast. Okay, so essentially next session, you're going to have the opportunity to create your own mini podcast. But before we have to worry about that, we actually need a very short transcript. A transcript is the writing that we are going to read when we record our podcast. So the one that we listened to discussed how Greta Thunberg said that planes send out greenhouse gases and they're a problem for the environment. Now this is a fact, it's not an opinion, because what Greta is talking about is based on research. However, what we are going to do is we are going to write a short paragraph where we will give an opinion by discussing why we should keep using airplanes. So we are going to create a biased paragraph that supports the use of airplanes. If you think back to the different types of bias, this is called bias by spin. It is where we present only one view with the aim to persuade. Okay? So we're going to create a paragraph with a bias that says we should use aeroplanes. It needs to be only a short paragraph. Okay? Then you will also prepare one question that will give you a response that supports your point of view. Because questioning is part of podcasting. These types of questions are actually called vox pops, where they're really short and simple questions that are going to give you a short and simple answer by your interviewee. So I'm going to give you an example of what the expectation is for this task. So for example, your paragraph could sound something like this. Airplanes enable families to be able to see each other more often. Individuals no longer have to travel by boat for months at a time, dealing with seasickness. Research does show that airplanes are bad for the environment, but we really have to ask, can we have it all? Okay, and that's all it is. It's just a short paragraph which presents the view that yes, airplanes are bad, but they enable us to see families. Okay, so you've got to think back to your persuasive writing and how you might create a persuasive paragraph. Now, a question that will give me a response to support my bias, and my bias is that we need to keep using aeroplanes. It could be as simple as, what do you enjoy about going on an aeroplane? That way, all of the responses that you get to your question are actually going to be positive responses about the use of aeroplanes. And that is how you create a question that actually gives you responses which also support your point of view. Now, if we think back to the type of bias that is, this is called bias by sources. Okay, so have a go at creating a biased paragraph where you are trying to convince someone that aeroplanes should continue to be used, and it only needs to be a very short paragraph, no more than 5 or 6 sentences. Okay, have a go at doing that.